Hello, everyone out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about Black Adam. That's right, Black Adam. That movie that came out almost 2 weeks ago. Almost 2 weeks ago now. Okay, I got a little bit of an update for you here. I've been watching the progress of this movie. What do you call it? In this review and discussion that I'm doing here. Okay, and apparently this movie's not doing as well as they expected it to. It's still number one, but it's been a very abysmal box office this year. It's been terrible. Okay, I think the last time it was this bad was like in 2004 or something like that. But it's been pretty bad. This summer blockbuster has been fucking almost non-existent. Okay, in order for Black Adam to break even, okay, this movie needs to do at least $500 million, and right now it's sitting at around $300 million. Okay, by the end of its run, it should hit $400 million, but what they're counting on is China. Okay, if they can open it up in China, if they can open this movie up in China, then they can get another 100 million. It's pretty fairly that they'll get another 100 million. So the movie will break even. It won't be a total loss. If China does not take this movie, which looks like now it might not take this movie, because apparently Pierce Bronson, the actor that plays Dr. Fate, he had some choice words about the Dalai Lama. And for anyone who knows anything about Chinese politics, is they absolutely hate Tibet. They hate the Dalai Lama. They don't acknowledge it. Okay, that country. Okay, they consider there is no Tibet. It's just another part of China. Okay, so anyone who calls it Tibet, they get offended by it. And so because Pierce Bronson made some statements, I don't know exactly what he said, but because he made some statements, the Chinese government might just decide not to show this movie in China, which is sad because and The Rock has a huge fan following in China. They watch all the Fast and the Furious movies. Okay, so he has a huge fan following in China. But if they decide not to air this movie in China, then the movie's going to be a loss. It's going to lose money. Okay, and if it loses money, you can forget about there being any more Black Adam movies. All right, they're going to go another direction. Okay. Now, I have been watching other reviews on the Black Adam movie, and a lot of them are saying the same thing that I'm saying. Those diehard comic book fans like me, the ones for us, like this is Black Adam. Okay, this is comic book Black Adam for us comic book fans, all right? And that's not the Black Adam that we got in this movie. In this movie, we got the anti-hero, okay? Which they did do it in the comic books for like a good 5 or 6 years. Jeff Johns wrote Black Adam as an anti-hero, but it didn't work. It didn't work because you already had a Captain Marvel on that team on the JSA. And in the late 90s and the 2000s, Captain Marvel was on the JSA, so was Black Adam. They were both on the same team. Yeah, I know, weird, right? Okay, despite all the horrible things that Black Adam had done. But apparently it wasn't his fault. Oh well. And so he worked as an anti-hero, but it didn't really work because you already had Captain Marvel, okay? And despite what the Shazam movie shows you and what the new Shazam movie shows you, okay, when Billy Batson turns into Captain Marvel, he doesn't turn into a dumb fuck, okay? He's not some fucking, I know that Billy Batson, now he's like 17, but in the Shazam movie, he was, 14 or 13, when he turns into an adult, he doesn't turn into a fucking adult with the mind of a fucking 9-year-old or a 10-year-old. Okay, so he actually, when he turns into his adult form, he's actually more immature than he was as a teenager, which is weird. I mean, I know they got the actor to do that because he's good at acting that way. He's funny. He is funny when he acts like when you got a grown man in his 30s acting like he's 9 and 10. It's funny for a while. Okay, but eventually it's got to be like, wait a minute, this kid is getting older. This kid is normally more mature than himself when he's an adult. So it's like it's running old, okay, and I don't like that very much, okay. But the point is that Shazam is the hero version of Black Adam, okay. Black Adam is an evil Shazam. He's an evil Captain Marvel. That's what he was created to be. That's the sole reason for existence. You've got Captain Marvel, who's invulnerable. He's got all these powers. He can take on Superman. And then all of a sudden they said, well, how do we fight this guy? Well, we'll make an evil version of him. That's what Black Adam is. Okay, but what they're trying to do now in Hollywood movies, okay, and they did this in comic books first, okay, you've probably seen it in TV shows and soap operas and stuff, but whenever you get a villain character who is very popular, they want to keep the money coming in. Like if you're a TV show and you introduce us to a character who's popular with the audience, you want to hire that guy as a regular, and you want to keep putting that person in all the episodes because they're going to get viewers if that person arrives. And you're going to start paying this person more. Okay, I mean, that's just capitalism. That's just economics. Okay, well, the same thing happened with Venom. The Venom movie. Venom is the evil Spider-Man. That's what he is. That's what he's created to be. Okay, but he was so popular that they decided, well, we got to make money off this guy. We can't just have him show up every once in a while fighting Spider-Man. We got to give him his own comic book. We got to give him this. We got to give him that. That's what they did. Well, once you do that, you can't really make him a villain anymore, because like if you're rooting for him, you can't root for a psychopath. You can't be happy when he kills little kids and shit. So what do? You make a more evil version. So you got to make an evil version of Venom, and Venom's supposed to be an evil version of Spider-Man. So it's evil 3 times. Okay, and that's what they did in this movie. Okay, that's what I mean. Look at the Venom movies that came out. I'm not talking about Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. I'm talking about look at the Venom movies that came out. The ones with the Tom Brady, not Tom Brady. You know what I'm talking about. Fucking what the fuck is his name now? Tom Hardy. Sorry, Tom Hardy. Look at the movies with Tom Hardy. Okay, you got Venom, who started off as a bad guy. So who does Venom fight? He fights a more evil Venom. Okay, in the first, that's what he did. What does he do in the second one? Okay, Venom fights out more evil Venom. You see what I mean? That's what they're doing here. Okay, that's what they're doing in this fucking movie. You've already got a villain. Black Adam is the villain. He's the evil Captain Marvel. But since Captain Marvel doesn't fucking show up, Shazam doesn't show up in this movie. What do? Who does Black Adam fight? He fights a more evil Black Adam. He's basically fighting Sabbac, who has the powers of the fucking nameless demons. We don't know who the fuck they are. But he's got their power. When he says the name Sabbac, he gets their powers. So you basically got a more evil version of what Black Adam was supposed to be. So basically, Sabbac is what Black Adam is supposed to be. Okay? So I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. This movie's also got a lot of logistical flaws. You probably caught. I pointed out many in this thing. Like if Black Adam is such a powerful threat to humanity, and the wizards die trying to stop him, but one succeeds in imprisoning him, you don't put the instructions on releasing him on top of the fucking prison that you put him in. Okay, all you gotta do is read the words and he'll get out. You don't do that to a character that's a threat to humanity. Okay, if you're trying to keep the crown of Sabbac away from people so that the demons don't get their own champion and take over the world, you don't fucking just leave it there floating in the air for any motherfucker to walk into that cave and see it. It's not like, it wasn't behind a boulder. It wasn't behind a lock. It wasn't nothing. Okay, all you had to do was read the writings on the wall and walk right in there. There was nobody guarding it. There was nothing. You see what I mean? It's shit like this makes no sense. So it's stuff like this that kind of got me out of the movie. Having said that, the movie's not horrible. Okay, it's not. I've seen worse superhero movies. I mean, come on, we all have. Okay, but it wasn't as good as I needed it to be. It was passable, barely. And what saved the movie was Dr. Fate. Pierce Bronson did an incredible performance as Dr. Fate. Unfortunately, they killed him off in the movie, but he'll be back. It's movies. It's superhero movies, no less. Of course, he'll be back. All right. Aldous Hodge did a great job as Hawkman, even though I did not like the fact that they cast him. He pulled it off. He still does not look like Hawkman. I'm sorry, Hawkman is a white guy. He's not black. But other than that, in his suit, he looked like Hawkman. He acted like Hawkman. He spoke like Hawkman. He had the gravitas of Hawkman, so I'll give him a pass. He did a great job playing the character of Hawkman, despite the fact that he doesn't look like Hawkman. Okay, so there. All right. What do you call it? Atom Smasher was just a fucking beta male. I mean, he's the same fucker that we've seen in all the fucking movies. He's the Peter Parker who's afraid of girls. He's afraid to fuck up. He's fucking always questioning himself. He's nervous all the time. No self-confidence. He's basically the Flash from the fucking Zack Snyder's Justice League. Scared of girls. I really like you, and I'll stand over here. Okay, I won't touch you. Like that. Just fucking come on, get the fuck out of here with that. Cyclone was used pretty girl, but she's useless. She doesn't do anything. She doesn't really affect the plot. She's smart, but I mean she helped. But you already got a smart woman on the team. You got Adriana Tomaz, and she's the one. She actually speaks ancient Kandaki. No one else in the fucking country or the world probably speaks it. So you don't need her there. She's ineffective fighting Black Adam. So what the fuck? She's just there as eye candy, I guess. She's just a pixie. I mean, what can she really do? Nothing. Atom Smasher, he's supposed to be the biggest fucker there, but he gets taken out pretty easily. He takes himself out. He's a fucking coward, So, I mean, he's 60 feet tall, and he lets fucking Hawkman berate him. You and me! And he's like, I can understand you doing that if Hawkman is like 6'4", and you're 5'3", and he's yelling at you, but you're fucking 60 fucking feet tall, okay? And you're scared of Hawkman. That's just, no, get the fuck, dude. You're supposed to be Fonzie's, from Happy Days, Fonzie, Arthur Fonzie, you're supposed to be Fonzie's fucking grandson, for Christ's sake. Do you think Fonzie was the fucking alpha all the fucking way, dude? You think he would fucking let another man intimidate him? or let a girl intimidate him? Are you fucking out of your mind? Come on, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, let's get back to the review, okay? So where we left off is Ishmael, the evil Ishmael archaeologist. He's actually a member of Intergang. I don't know if he's a leader or just a member or a high-ranking official. I don't know. But anyway, he got killed. Black Adam killed him while he was wearing the crown of Sabbac. So he went to hell. The demons in hell gave him their powers if he says the name Sabbac. So he did. He comes back to Earth, reincarnated in this fucking Hellboy ripoff form with a big fucking scar tattoo or a fucking pentagram on his chest. He looks like fucking Hellboy but wearing a skirt. Okay, and of course he has the powers of Sabbac. He doesn't shoot lightning, he shoots fire, and he fights the JSA. His goal is to sit on the throne of Kahndaq, and then we will rule the world. Well, he defeats the JSA. Dr. Fate saves Hawkman and the other team members from dying fighting. He decides to take on fucking Sabbac himself, knowing that he's going to die because he can see the future. He knows this is the only way to save Hawkman's life is for him to fight Sabbac himself. He will die. He's looking forward to it. He's over 100 years old. He's lived a long life. You know, whatever, blah, blah. The world needs Hawkman and the JSA. They don't need Dr. Fate. Bullshit. Dr. Fate's the most charismatic character in the whole fucking movie. But he also at the same time he's fighting Sabbac, he frees Black Adam from his underwater prison in fucking Antarctica, and he jumps into the way. He escapes, of course he does, because there's no fucking security there, despite the fact that there's dozens of fucking superhumans that are imprisoned in this underwater fucking prison. He gets out pretty easily. He fights off the guards pretty easily. They don't use lethal force on him, and he swims into the fucking water, which has got to be fucking 10 degrees. He feels that nothing happens to him. It looks like he's drowning, but he has a vision of his wife and his son that died 5,000 years ago, and they tell him it's not your time to die. You need to go back there, say the word, get your powers back, and go help save Kahndaq. Okay, and so that's what he does. So he's swimming through there. He finally makes it to the surface after he had his vision of his family. Okay. Meanwhile, the JSA got trashed. And Dr. Fate died, and Sabbac decides to sit on the throne. He finally makes it to the throne of Kahndaq, okay, which is in the town square there in the temple. Okay, now the temple got blown up 5,000 years ago by Black Adam, but apparently they rebuilt it to look exactly like it did back then. Now that it's 2022, and he sits in the temple, and instead of the blue light that shows up in every fucking superhero movie, there's always a fucking blue light that shoots up in the sky. It's every fucking superhero movie has the fucking blue light, and most sci-fi movies have it as well, all the way from Independence Day to fucking today. Well, instead of it being a blue light, they decided to be original in this movie. Okay, they're not going to do what all the other movies did. Instead of it being a blue light, they're going to make it a red light. Okay, that's the big difference. Okay, see, they're not ripping off of all the other movies. It's not a cliche. Okay, it's a red light this time, not a blue light. It's a red light in the sky. Okay, it's very important. It's not like the blue lights that we saw in fucking in the Amazing Spider-Man or in Amazing Spider-Man 2 or Suicide Squad or or any of that shit. Okay, it's none of that. No, they're not gonna rebel. Independence Day, fucking Thor, I mean, they're not doing that shit anymore. The fucking Avengers movies, Man of Steel, they had a blue light in that one too, remember? Batman vs Superman, yeah, blue light. Yep, it was there. Remember? Yeah, I know all those movies had a blue light in the sky, but this one doesn't. That's what makes it special. No blue light. It's a red light. That's the big difference. Red light in the sky, not blue. They're not ripping off shit. It's red this time. All right. So of course he sits on the throne of Sabbac. Meanwhile, Black Adam, Death Adam, he escapes from his prison pretty easily. Okay, kicks everyone's ass even though he hasn't been in a physical fight in 5,000 years, and he doesn't have any powers because his mouth is still covered. He makes it in the water, but he still can't, until he gets to the air, he can't fucking say the word, so he's about to die. He doesn't die. He makes it to the surface, his lips come out of the water, and he says, Shazam, boom, immediate bolt of lightning, and he flies out of there, straight towards Kahndaq. So Black Adam is back. He was only imprisoned for like a good fucking 5 minutes, and then he got out. Why? Because the plot needed him to. Who else is going to fight Sabbac, right? It's got to be Black Adam. It's not the Justice Society can't do shit to him. Of course not. So that's going on here, okay. Adriana and Iman, they're in Kahndaq. They're in the country of Kahndaq there. And by country, I mean a little fucking town square, okay. Kahndaq consists of about 50, maybe 60 extras, and that's it. Only like one of them speaks, okay. So they're there, and all of a sudden, for no fucking reason, a zombie start popping out of the ground and start attacking people. Now, these are easily killable zombies. Well, that's a bad word. Easily disposed of zombies. They're slow. They have no strength. They're just there to fucking. Okay, they don't. And if they bite you, you don't turn into a zombie. None of that shit happened. They just show up because apparently Sabak can control the dead now. Make of that what you will, but I guess it's better than fucking having them fight actual fucking human beings. You know, you got to fight zombies. So that's what happens here. They fight zombies. Okay, and it looks like Adriana and her son Amon are about to get the zombies are about to attack them, and all of a sudden the fucking van shows up. Kareem's van. Now Kareem is her brother. Okay, now about 10-15 minutes ago in this movie, he got shot in the stomach. Or it might have been half an hour ago. He got shot in the stomach. Okay, by the bad guy Ishmael back when he was in human form. All right, he got shot in the stomach. Well, they picked him up. Dr. Fate told him, hey, listen, you're not going to die. I can see the future, and you die from electricity. You don't die from a gunshot, okay? He's like, but I'm an electrician. You know, anyway. So that happens. They take him up to the Hawk ship, and Cyclone uses nanobites, nanotechs, the nano, whatever the fuck they are, you know, the fucking MacGuffins, okay, to fix his bullet wound. And she mentions that he'll be as good as new in no time. Well, no time, I did not realize meant fucking 20 minutes. So he shows up in his van listening to fucking Baby Come Back by Player, which is a one-hit wonder song, love song from the fucking 70s that my mom used to play in the fucking Honda while I was sitting in my fucking toddler seat in the back. All right, he starts playing that because apparently he's a big fan of that music. All right, even though he's living in fucking pseudo Iraq. Okay, anyway, so he shows up in the van. He comes out of there pretty fucking full of energy, despite the fact that he just got shot in the stomach like 2 hours ago. And he fucking's got a wrench in his hand. He starts fucking he starts beating the shit out of the fucking zombies, going like, come at me, bro. I'm ready for you. You know? Oh, fucking like, you know, alpha. You know, despite the fact that he's a fat fuck. All right? You know, with glasses on. You know, he starts beating the shit out of fucking, you know, come on. Bring it, motherfucker. I'm right fucking here. You know, basically like that. Okay? And his sister says, like, what the fuck? When did you become alpha all of a sudden? And he tells her, yo, don't worry about these zombies, man. I'm going to die from electricity. So no matter what these zombies do to me, I ain't going to fucking die here. You know, which I guess that makes a point. You know, that's a point. Dr. Fate did tell him that he doesn't die here. He doesn't die this way. He dies from electricity. So, of course, he can fight zombies. He knows he ain't going to die. So that's where he got all the fucking confidence from. So yeah, so he's there. He decides to fucking fight the zombies while he's listening to fucking Baby Come Back from Player. Okay. Anyway, yeah, the cheesy fucking one-hit wonder pop song from the 70s. And then all the townspeople show up. Okay, Kandak, which consists of like 50 extras, and they're all got lead pipes in their hands. Okay, I guess they all stopped at the lead pipe store and stole a bunch of lead pipes for this particular occasion, and they're being led by Amon, who's the fucking 13-year-old on a fucking skateboard with a fucking makeshift fucking Superman cape on, because even though he's 13 or 14 years old, he's acting like he's fucking 9 with a fucking, you know, with a blanket around your neck pretending you're Superman. Yeah, he's doing that, and he's fucking 14 years old. Get the fuck out of here. But apparently his words inspire the entire country. By the entire country, I mean the fucking town, to fucking fight back against the zombies. And that's what they decide to do. Led by fucking Kareem, the fat fuck who listens to Baby Come Back. Now, if he was listening to Baby Got Back, that would be more exciting, but he's not. He's not. All right, so anyway, so that's going on here. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, fucker just got shot a few hours ago. Well, okay, I guess he's okay now. All right, so that's going on here. They fight the zombies, blah, blah. Amon decides to run away, still wearing the fucking the cape that fucking Atom Smasher gave him. Okay, so while his mother decides to help fight the zombies with her brother. Meanwhile, Black Adam, like I said, he has this vision underwater. He fucking gets his powers back and turns back into Black Adam, flies away. Okay, Sabak defeats him. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, so Black Adam, yeah, Sabak defeats him. He fire blasts the statue of Harut. Okay, so basically, Sabak attacks. Okay, he defeats Hawkman. He's already defeated Hawkman. He's defeated everybody. He didn't kill Hawkman, but he threw him through a building. He defeats the JSA. Okay, he makes an explosion which basically blows all the JSA members away. Well, Dr. Fate's already dead, but now fucking Atom Smasher's knocked out and Cyclone's knocked out, and so is Hawkman. He's knocked out. All right. He defeats them all, and then with his fire blast from his hand, he destroys the statue of Harut. Now, Harut was the original Black Adam. He was called Mighty Adam. Okay, despite the fact that he didn't do a goddamn thing once he got his powers. Harut was that Black Adam's son. He was the one chosen by the wizards to get the power of Black Adam. Okay, the power of the 6 Egyptian gods. He got the power, and then he fucking didn't do anything with it. He didn't overthrow the fucking government. He didn't fucking depose the king. He didn't fucking stop all the slavery that was going on in Harut. He just had his power, and then his dad got killed. Okay, his mother got killed. His dad was about to die. Okay, but it was a bait. They tricked him into showing up. Okay, and for some reason, I guess they knew that he was going to give his powers to his dad, which he did, and then they killed him. Okay, so Black Adam was never meant to have those powers. His son gave it to him, but then his son died before he could give it back, and so now he's stuck with these powers. So he decided to fucking just kill everybody, and that's why the wizards imprisoned him. Okay, now we're caught up. All right, well, so that's going on here, but they did build a statue of Harut as the Mighty Atom, and it kind of looks like Dwayne Johnson. So everyone assumed it was him. That was the statue of their champion, but it wasn't. It was actually a statue of Black Adam's son. Okay. Anyway, what's his name? Sabak destroys it with a fire blast. Okay, and the statue falls over and it lands on top. It's about to land on top of Amon and kill him, but then it stops midair. And we see that it's Black Adam, and now he's fucking in his superhero suit. And it's weird for me to say superhero suit because he's not a fucking superhero. Okay, now he's in his polished gold Black Adam costume with a cape. Now in the comic books, he didn't start wearing a cape until like 2014, 2013. Okay, before that he never wore a cape. Captain Marvel wore the cape, but Black Adam never wore the cape. All right, he was Black Adam. He didn't need to wear a fucking cape. All right. Do you see a cape on this motherfucker? No, you don't, because he's not part of his costume, okay? But now that he's accepted the fact, the powers, that they belong to him now, because his son said it was okay. His son didn't admonish him for killing all those people, because if his son had been the champion, he never would have killed all those people like Black Adam did. His son didn't say, "Oh, Dad, you shouldn't have done that with the powers I gave you." No, he didn't. He said, "You're Black Adam, okay? You're the hero. Go do it," okay? And that's what he did. So now he's in his shiny fucking superhero suit with cape. And he picks up the statue before it falls at Amon, because we all know that Amon is the fucking John Connor from Terminator 2. Amon's the John Connor of this movie, so you know nothing's going to happen to him. All right? This Black Adam not going to let nothing happen to him. Okay, so he picks up a statue, then Adam's Magic shows up. He's like, "Hey, I got this. Don't worry. Go kick that guy's ass." Okay, so Black Adam's like, okay, so Black Adam and Sabak have a one-on-one fight, which is what the movie was about. The problem is, we spent the whole movie with Black Adam. We have not spent hardly any of it with fucking Sabak, so we don't give two shits about him. We don't know what he can do, what he can't do, what he really cares about. We don't really know. It's all very superficial. I'm evil because I want to be evil. Ha! I'm the last descendant of King Aptar. The crowd is Sabak, the MacGuffin in the movie. Who gives a shit? He's just an evil motherfucker. We have no idea why he's that way or anything like that. Okay, he's only exists for one reason. So that Black Adam can punch somebody other than the JSA, okay? Because what happens when they have two superheroes fighting each other, what always happens, they end up stop fighting each other so they can fight a third party who's the real villain. That's what always happens in this movie. That's what fucking happens here. Instead of Black Adam being the fucking villain of his own fucking movie, he's a superhero, fights other superheroes. Neither one of them gets injured, really, and then they team up to fight a worse threat. Okay, which means this movie's not about a fucking supervillain. It's about an anti-hero and a group of superheroes. Okay, and they have to fight. Now, the real supervillain is a throwaway fucking bullshit ripoff of what Black Adam is supposed to be. So, of course, he easily fucking defeats this guy. Well, maybe not so easily, because he can hurt him. But it ends up being fucking, what happens is Hawkman takes Dr. Fate's helmet and decides to make multiple versions of himself to attack Sabak. Okay, and that's what Sabak thinks he kills Hawkman because he impales him, which is what Dr. Fate saw back when he was alive. Okay, but it turns out it was just an illusion. It was just Hawkman fucking with Dr. Fate's helmet. Okay, and then he created multiple versions of himself because Black Adam was kind of getting his ass kicked during the fight with Sabak. Their powers are very similar. So while the multiple Hawkmen are holding down Sabak while he's sitting on the throne, Black Adam picks him up in the air, holding him by the horns, and then he takes him up in the air and he fucking he grabs both horns and he rips fucking Sabak in half. And before he does that, he tells them, tell him the man in black sent you. See? Catchphrase. He rips him in half, okay? I guess that's easy to do. I don't understand how that could happen. We already saw Hawkman basically fucking gut Sabak with his axe. He cut him open all the way from his groin to his fucking neck. And you see the lava coming out, the blood lava that he had, and that did not hurt him. But yet having his head ripped in half, that kills him. Okay. So that happens here. Yeah. So that's happened here. He rips apart. Okay. Hawkman takes off the fucking helmet. Once he takes off Dr. Fate's helmet, then the helmet disappears. Where'd it go? Who fucking knows? Who cares? Why did it pick that moment to disappear? I don't fucking know. Nobody gives a shit. Okay. So that's going on here. But the helmet, the lights, the helmets, where the eyes are supposed to be, they finally do light up before it disappears. Okay. Okay. So like I said, multiple Hawkman attacks the bot. Yeah. Once the bot gets ripped in half, all the zombies that the people of Kahndaq were fighting all disappear. Of course they do. Okay, the zombies all disintegrate. Okay, Black Adam, he goes over to Hawkman and helps him up off the ground. Okay, because I guess they're friends now. All right, so all those people that fucking Black Adam killed, that Hawkman was trying to put him in jail for, that's okay now. He's not mad at him for that anymore. Okay, and early in the movie, Hawkman did tell Black Adam that heroes don't kill. You know, and Black Adam, well, I do. You know, well, actually, that's not true, Hawkman. Look around you, okay? Everyone in the Justice League killed. Okay, the Flash has killed people. Wonder Woman has killed people. Superman's killed people. Batman took a fucking 50 cal, you know, and blew away a shitload of fucking Lex Luthor's men. Okay, so don't tell me the fucking superheroes don't kill people. Okay, fucking Aquaman killed people. All right, no, maybe you don't kill people, which makes no sense because you're a fucking warrior. Okay, but all your buddies do. They most certainly do kill people. And what bothers me even more than that is look who you're taking your orders from, Hawkman. You're taking your orders from fucking Amanda Waller, who's a fucking psychopath. She killed her own fucking men in the Suicide Squad movie. Okay? She killed her own agents. Okay? Cold-bloodedly. They didn't even do anything wrong. They weren't even evil. She just killed them all because they saw things that she didn't want them to see. I mean, come on. And you're taking your orders from her, but you want to imprison Black Adam because he kills people? What the fuck, man? Like, you never killed anybody? Come on, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, so that's bullshit. All right. So, so the helmet of Dr. Fate disappears. Hawkman decides to to let Black Adam go. No hard feelings. I don't care anymore. You're a buddy now, so you can kill whoever you want, and he can't stop you. You know. He tells Atom Smasher tells Black Adam, you know what? I think we made a good team. Well, how the fuck do you know you were unconscious for the whole fucking fight? You know, you got knocked out pretty fucking easy. He's like, yeah, I think we make a pretty good team. And Black Adam's like, no, we made a great team. That is not something Black Adam would ever fucking say. He would never fucking say that. Ever. Much less the superheroes. Okay? Like I said, this isn't Black Adam anymore. This is a different character. All right? And of course, all the people are screaming like, "Long live the champion! Long live the champion!" Of course, all the people, all the countrymen of Kahndaq are screaming that. And by the countrymen, I mean like 50 or 40 extras. Okay, long live the champion. Okay, and then of course, Atom Smasher's like, "Hey, you know what? You know, maybe you should." And Black Adam's like, "Don't push it. Don't push it." Okay, okay. And so now they're standing in front of the throne. The JSA leave. You know, they tell them like, "Hey, you know, be careful there. Black Adam, you know, with the darkness in your heart will corrupt you." And Adriana says like, "It's his darkness that's going to save this country. He's going to do what you won't." Okay, so the JSA leave. They leave. They let him go. They fuck it. He's a buddy now. Okay. Okay, so now it's just Adriana and her son Amon, and they're standing there. And of course, Black Adam looks at the throne of Kahndaq, and she tells him, Amon tells him, "You could lead us as a dictator, just like you did in the comic books." But he sits down on the throne. That's the famous pose where he just went, you know, in the fucking lazy boy. And they're like, "How does it feel?" He's like, "It feels wrong." So he flies up in the air, comes right down, and he smashes the throne, superhero pose style. Okay, bullshit. In the comic books, Black Adam became the dictator of Kahndaq. Okay, he was the absolute ruler of Kahndaq. Now, he was a benevolent ruler to his people. Okay, and obviously he offered them security. He protected them from outsiders. But he was a fucking dictator. Make no mistake about it. Okay, he wanted to rule his countrymen. He wanted to rule his country. He sees that as his place in the world. If he can't rule the world, he can at least rule the fucking country that he was born in. Okay, that's how Black Adam sees things. Okay, not this Black Adam. Okay, I guess he wants to do fucking democratic free elections or some shit. All right. He doesn't like it. He smashes the throne. Okay, unlike in the comic books. And Mon says like, "Will you be our hero?" And Black Adam says, "Kahndaq has always had heroes, and it still does." And he looks at both of them, and it still does. What it needs is a protector. Of course, he's floating in the air the whole time he's talking this way. All right, Adriana's like, thank you, Teth Adam. And Teth Adam looks at him and goes like, yes, he says it with an American English accent. That name's a little old-fashioned. You should call me, the end. That's it, movie ends. Well, not really. There's a bonus scene, okay? And in the bonus scene, the mid-credit scene, it's nighttime. This is the only scene since the beginning of the movie. This is the only scene that takes place at night. This is the only time the stars are in the back, okay? The rest of the movie took place during the day, in a sunny day in the desert, okay? Except for the opening scene in the movie, okay? But other than that, the rest of the movie took place during the day, except for this scene here. This scene takes place at night. He's still hanging out at the temple, even though Adriana and Amon are gone. There's lots of stars in the sky. A drone shows up with a hologram of Viola Davis playing Amanda Waller, the leader of Task Force S. She tells them, she's like, all right, Black Adam. You don't like my prison? Fine. Kahndaq will be your prison from now on. You set one foot outside of it, and you will not live to regret it. He smiles. There is no one on this planet that can stop me. Oh, then I can just call in a favor from some people who are not from this planet. He's like, send them all. She's like, as you wish. And all of a sudden the smoke shows up. Black Adam destroys the fucking drone with his lightning. The smoke clears, and who is it? It's fucking Superman. It's Henry Cavill. Yes, we already saw that on YouTube before the movie even came out. Okay, yes, it's Henry Cavill. The reason Henry Cavill is there is because him and Dwayne Johnson have the same agent, Danny Garcia, who is Dwayne Johnson's ex-wife. Okay, that's also his agent. Okay, his theatrical agent. Okay, and she's also Henry Cavill's agent. So we always knew these two characters were going to meet up. They have the same fucking agent. Okay, his ex-wife. So he shows up there. Superman arrives. He's got the curl, the light blue, the bright red, the bright yellow, the cape. He says, "It's been a while since anyone has made the world this nervous." And you hear the Superman music from Richard Donner. He's like, "Black Adam, we should talk." The end. Boom. Movie's over. Okay, that's how the movie ends. Okay, I will be back very shortly. It says my review of the movie. Obviously, I'll be back shortly with my conclusion of Black Adam, and then I'm going to go back to reviewing chick flicks, all right? Because I know you guys really want to see that, all right? And I kind of miss doing it too, all right? So I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.